Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, YouTubers. How is all doing? I've just finished watching this 1976 Squirm. It's a nice, creature feature one. Starts off, there's like a great storm, and the power cables come down. You see the power cable swinging like that, and it's putting like voltage into the ground. Drives all the worms mental. Then you see like piles and piles of worms like wriggling around, and they're aggressive and they're biting people. You see a clip where they're out fishing on the boat, just doing a day's fishing, and you pick one of the worms up and they're putting it on the hook, and that's fine. They throw the line in, and the next you see this gadget, he picks the worm up, one of the leading characters, it bites his arm. So they're like aggressive worms. There's a great scene in there where you see this gadget, and he's like trying to kiss on with a girl in the boat when they're fishing, and she pushes him away and he falls onto like a can of worms what are spilt on the bottom of the boat, and they're all like eating into his face. It's not a bad film. I'm glad I've got it in the collection. I've wanted to see it for years. As I said the other day, I've seen on my other video, I used to see hard box releases of this. I'm glad that I've got it in the collection. I didn't pay a lot for it as well, so that's a good thing. I'm glad I've seen it. There's a lot of cool special features that I haven't watched yet, because I just wanted to watch the film. Just get to view it and see what the crack is with it. It's watchable. It's not something I'd watch all the time. Good artwork on it. It's very dated, like it came out in 1976, so the effects are not too bad in it, but when you see like the worms, you can see like the rubber worms, you know, when they've big piles of worms. But we'll take a look inside this one. As you can see, Squirm, that's a 2-disc set. Great artwork on it on these. Let's see if I can get this out. It's the only thing one-handed, you can't get the discs out. But bear with me. We'll get there. There you go. There's the new artwork. Squirm. I like the original artwork on them, do you know, from the quad posters, so that's how I keep them. With the original artwork. There you are, there's the disc. If you see this about and you're into creature features and stuff like that, it's worth a watch. Pick it up, get it in your collection. You get Delta Force. I do actually have that. I haven't watched it yet, it's still sealed. Chuck Norris, Lee Marvin, another one I remember from the 80s. There's a lot of releases there. I wouldn't mind that Foxy Brown one. You get a nice booklet on this. Great artwork, look at that, and there's the worms coming up. That's the scene there, where you see the worms in his face. You see them actually going into his face when he's on the fishing boat. This scene's later on where he's in the house, near the end. Reminds me of red licorice when you see it, because they don't move, they just like roll around. It's probably a cheap effect or something like that. There's the artwork, look at that. I didn't know this was banned in this country. It's only recently been released for this, uncut. There you go. There's the sheriff. They keep finding like skeletons and bodies, you know, laid on the floor. They'll be half eaten, you know, like with worms and stuff. It's not a bad watch. There's that bit what I was telling you about there, look. He falls in the water and the worms are going in his face. That's a great scene. In the shower head, yeah, it reminds me of Psycho. You see she's going to get in the shower. She turns the taps on and looks up. You see the worms, they come out like that. Now she lifts her head up, they go back in holes in the shower. It's funny. And there's the power cables, what sets the worms off. You can see I've just finished up watching it. It's watchable. I've got it in the collection now. Another cult classic from 1976, Squirm Arrow Edition. And there's the back. Great artwork. The night is crawling with killers. And there you have it. That's what I've been watching this morning. I pick up what I got yesterday. I don't know whether to watch Dusk Till Dawn, because I fancy watching that on Blu-ray next. Or Deadly Blessings, or Demons. I'm going to check some of those out. I've still got special features to watch on Chainsaw Massacre, and I haven't even watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes yet. So there you have it. Squirm Arrow Edition. New one to the collection. If you like what you see, subscribe. Come back tomorrow. Rock on.